They didn't come from distant galaxies, they fell from heaven. What the world now calls aliens are the same beings ancient texts called gods and the Bible calls fallen angels. Their names change, their symbols evolve, but their mission has never shifted: to deceive, to dominate, to be worshipped. They want you looking to the stars, chasing false lights, gods who never made you, while they bury the past right beneath your feet. ISIS was not just a terrorist group, it was a smokescreen, a convenient cover for the destruction of ancient relics, temples, and sites that held knowledge predating the Abrahamic traditions, predating empire. They filmed themselves smashing statues and burning libraries under the guise of religious zealotry. But the real goal? Erase the evidence. Shatter the last remaining links to the truth of humanity's origin, to the gods we once knew, and the ones who ruled over us. Is it any wonder that mankind's earliest civilizations, Mesopotamia, Assyria, Babylon, the Levant, are now perpetual war zones? Places so volatile that legitimate archaeological digs are impossible. Every bombed-out ruin, every toppled ziggurat is another layer of truth buried in dust. The war isn't just for oil or land. It's for memory. It's for history. The fallen know that if we remember who we were, we might remember who they are. Long ago they descended from the heavens. The Anunnaki in Sumer, the Watchers in Enoch, the sons of God in Genesis chapter 6. They brought forbidden knowledge. They altered human DNA. They taught war, enchantment, and astrology. And they demanded blood in return. When God flooded the earth, it was not just to punish mankind, it was to erase the corrupted kingdoms of these beings, but they never left, they simply changed tactics. Throughout history they ruled through thrones and temples. They gave kings their crowns. They built religions in their image, and their most enduring stronghold, the Catholic Church, a system cloaked in holiness, yet filled with the architecture and rites of Babylon. The pine cone, symbol of spiritual control, rests in the Vatican courtyard. The papal staff bears it. The mitre, worn by every pope, mimics the head of Dagon, the Philistine fish god. This is not the church Christ founded. It is a replacement, a spiritual empire designed to mimic Christ and lead millions away from the truth. But in the 20th century, something changed. In 1947, something fell from the sky near Roswell, New Mexico. The official story twisted within days. Weather balloon, flying disc, weather balloon again. Behind the scenes, the truth was locked down, and a secret group was formed, Majestic 12. Majestic 12, or Magic 12, was not just a committee. It was the ritual handoff of earthly power from religious hierarchy to technocratic empire. The fallen, who had long ruled through Rome, now injected themselves directly into the heart of the American government. Not through temples, through briefings, not with idols, through aerospace, defense, and intelligence. Magic 12 became the new priesthood, its members the new gatekeepers of knowledge. The Vatican still held spiritual sway over billions, but now the Pentagon and Langley were added to the network, two horns rising together. They weren't managing alien visitors. They were in fact re-establishing communication with the same beings who once corrupted mankind. Through this network, the fallen controlled both church and state. The Pope speaks of unity, while generals prepare global governance. Two branches, one agenda, to rule, deceive, and prepare humanity for a false kingdom. And just as they built false religions to pull people from God, they now build false ideologies to do the same. Ancient alien theory is not a quirky idea. It's a modern heresy. It teaches that we were created by extraterrestrials, that the gods of old were visitors, that humanity's future lies not in salvation but in evolution guided by off-world beings. It replaces God with engineers. It replaces sin with ignorance. It replaces redemption with technology. This is not science. It is, quite simply, Luciferianism, rebranded for a digital age. And when someone uncovers the truth, when researchers discover ruins that predate known civilization, when they find advanced architecture older than we're allowed to admit, they are destroyed, defunded, deplatformed, discredited. Because, you see, to admit those structures exist, to admit there was a kingdom before ours, is to admit the watchers were real, that the Bible was right, and that God himself exists. Revelation tells us the great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was cast to earth, and his angels with him. They didn't come in fire, they came in light. They came offering peace, knowledge and unity. They came to be worshipped again. Today they rule through governments and churches, ideologies and entertainment, technology and ritual. They no longer need to be seen, only obeyed. The deception was never about green men in space. It was about taking worship from the Most High and redirecting it to the fallen. They don't want to invade, they want to be welcomed, and for most of the world, they already have been.